Nigga!
Looking good, my guy.
Spectators engaging in such behavior are subject to ejection and possible arrest. Please report any violations of these rules to the nearest office, security, or arena staff member. Hey, Kings fans, we hope you come and join us for Slam Independence Day. Designed by Sacramento students in a recent art fair, these are not just
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Hull, joined courtside by Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. And it's Allie LaForce Sports Tonight on the sideline. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Cameron Thomas.
Yeah, and this is exactly what you hope to do as a player, and also what the coaches love to see, the consistency in identifying ways to improve and become better offensively, and he's done that now for consecutive years, and this is the trend he's been striving for.
So the next starting five, guard spots filled by Demon and Thomas, and it's Clowney in at the 4. And for the Kings, in the front court, the forwards will be DeRozan and Murray. Punk is out there with MP, and it's Sabonis in at the 5, roaming the paint. We know these two teams rack up the assists. Greg, they pride themselves on playing unselfish basketball.
Yeah, both sides preach player and ball movement, getting everyone involved. It makes both teams that much more difficult to defend.
Now here's Wilson. 6 on the shot clock. And it's off from three-point range. Good ball movement here by the Kings. MP kicks to Monk. Terrell, the pass to Murray. On the wing, MP. He's guarded by Thomas. From the wing. And it's Demon missing. DeRozan passes to MP. Basket good.
The desire to win, it fuels MP. He doesn't let anything get in his way.
Thomas against Monk. Back to Thomas. To the inside. And stolen by Murray. And here we go with DeRozan running it up the middle. Wasted no time on that one.
Yeah, one of the great mid-range scorers in the game. DeMar DeRozan getting to work.
Back to Wilson. Pass to Thomas. Over to the wing. Here's Demon. Covered by MP. And the shot goes in. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And so MP will bring it up for the Sacramento Kings, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Well, what did them in was all the missed free throws. It could have been a much different outcome.
I thought the frustration at the line was evident, and it makes it easy on the defense when you're not capitalizing once they put you at the free throw line.
Here's Demon. Following the basket by MP. To the paint, it's deflected and stolen by Murray. Monk finds MP. Pass to Murray. Back to MP. He can't hit that time. Nets trail by 4. Here's Timmy. Outside Thomas. Kicks it out to Wilson. It's stolen by Monk. Here's DeRozan. And the layup's good off the glass. DeRozan's got his second bucket of the game to go. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Kings.
They're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
You know, also, they've been incredible on the fast break, taking those chances, playing with great pace.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
And this is why you lob passes Murray's way, because he is so good at catching and finishing.
Nets trail by 8. And in a little over a decade, the Nets, GA, having to rebuild from the ashes of 2 super team iterations.
The short time span between shows how quickly they can turn things around. And with a treasure trove of picks in the coming years, they look to climb that mountain once again.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Pass to Timmy. Down low. Demon, that's good.
Man, you lay that pass out there just like a great quarterback. Let your teammate run to it.
And here is MP.
One of the things you love about MP is his appreciation for the history of the game, studying the former great players, weaving their strengths into his game.
The Kings shooting their first free throws here tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And both free throws good for MP.
This is definitely not the guy to foul. He loves getting to the free throw line.
Thomas against Monk. Pass to Clowney. Here's Demon. And here is Thomas. From outside the arc, Terrell pulls it in. Sacramento leading by 5. Sabonis at the elbow. Thomas with it. Now defended by MP. Steps back and fires. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
That mid-range is where Thomas may be his most effective and confident.
Now, MP. He's coming off a 19-point game against Philadelphia.
And don't forget the sensational plays he made out there. He saw the court so well, firing perfect passes to teammates for wide-open shots.
Here's Thomas, following the basket by MP. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Outside Thomas. Puts up a deep 3. That doesn't go either for Thomas. The Kings have gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them. That's good by Terrell.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Timmy off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
Wide open look here for Murray. No good with the triple.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Pass to Demon. Here's Timmy. Defended by Sabonis. Count it. Demon's got 6 points.
Bang, bang. Doesn't get much simpler than that.
MP with it. 10 points for him. Banked in off the glass. And the Kings lead by 5.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Sabonis with the steal. Floats it out for Murray. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Brooklyn's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right, you could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
And Doug Christie wants a timeout. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Paul George, he's checked in for Sacramento. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Monk. And so, MV will bring it up for the King. It's a 5-point game, and this is their first time matched up with Brooklyn this year.
And just couldn't make the most of their meetings last year. Ended up splitting the season series.
Now, here's Wilson, following the miss by MP.
And offensively right now, each team getting what it wants.
Yeah, this is already a high-scoring game, but we knew that was a possibility coming into this one.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Here's Demon. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Now just a 1-point Kings lead.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
MP kicks to George. Good, and it's MP picking up the assist.
Boy, nice job by Paul George to make himself available. Gets to his spot and gets it off quickly.
Pass to Timmy. Here's Demon, covered by MP. Shot clock at 5. Kicks it out to Wilson from past the arc. Terrell pulls it in. Sacramento leading by 4. Tries from 16. Murray dishes to MP. Tries again. Murray the pass to MP. Oh, yes, the turnaround. Terrell's got 14 points.
He totally lost his defender, broke his ankles, then knocks down the jumper.
Yeah, and it's one thing to score on a guy, it's another to flat out torture.
Here's Demon. 8 points for him. Off the mark and a bad shot there.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
Pass to Clowney. Here's Timmy. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Demon, that's good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's MP. Capitalizes off the crossover. He's got 16.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Pass to Demon. Here's Clowney. He's covered by Murray. Now here's Thomas. Here's Demon. Offline with his 3. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the 76ers made some really terrific plays. He finished with 19 points, and he was dealing assists all around. He's been on a real hot streak of late, and I think everyone wants to see just how long he can keep this up. Guys?
Allie, we appreciate the update. He took command, and Greg really led the fight for his team.
You like someone who's willing to take control, but then again, tonight could turn out to be a different story.
I think he's got to find the appropriate balance between not forcing it and not settling.
And so, Jordi Fernandez decides to call timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. And some changes here for the Kings. Eubanks, he's checked in for Sabonis. DeMar DeRozan comes in for Murray. And it's Keon Ellis in for MP. For Brooklyn, Connie's checked in. And Thomas subbed in for Whitehead. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Monk on the wing. He's paired with DeRozan. Sabonis is out there with George. And it's MP in at the 1 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Now here's Williams. Does not find the basket. His 3rd miss. He's made just 1 so far. Pass to Terrell. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assist. DeRozan's got 3 assists in the game. Outside for Thomas. Kept alive. Brooklyn shooting their 2nd and 3rd free throws tonight. Free throw good, Demon. And one way players look to expand their game, adding counter moves to keep defenders off balance. Greg, what was something you added that really gave defenders pause?
You know, the snatch back pull up, you know, using your speed to kind of get the defender going downhill, and then you slam on the brakes and just create that separation to then go into attack mode.
Now, here is George. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game.
And beginning to take charge of this game. This could be a crucial point.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
And the Nets with possession here. Following the three-pointer by DeMar DeRozan. He tries for 3, and again, no good by Brooklyn. Here's Terrell. It's tipped. And it'll be Sacramento as it goes out of bounds. The Kings retain possession. Some terrific new faces in the league, and as we have about a month left to play in this season, what better time than now to see who has stood out and shown they have the skill and talent to take home the Rookie of the Year award. And you look at Demon. He's been up there with the best of the class, and at number 4 on their list, you know he's performed at a very high level all season long.
And with only 3 of his fellow rookies sitting ahead of him, maybe there's still time for him to kind of make enough noise and move up.
Well, not only would he have to get hot, I think the players in front of him would have to slip up. But who knows? Those other 3 guys may be wearing a little bit down this late in the season. When you can get off the floor like that, that wipes away any height advantage.
MP outside. Inside. Now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Domantas Sabonis.
And guys, I think the best way to measure his performance these last 10 games is his effective field goal percentage, which has improved, a sign that his game is in much better shape than it was not too long ago.
Domantas Sabonis may be one of the most underrated players in the NBA. He conducts his business quietly, but boy, is he a force.
Here's Timmy. He has 6. Right side, Thomas. Terrell pulls it in. MP's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Boy, this has not been his night. The effort's certainly there, but he looks disjointed. Sometimes the game requires you to just keep at it, so he's got to be aggressive.
You know, Greg, talking about Cam Thomas now, what are some things you'd like to see him improve on?
Well, I'd say defense first and foremost. If he's able to improve there, as well as his passing and playmaking, watch out. He's already an incredible scorer.
Here's Thomas following the basket by MP. Pass to Clowney. Just 5 on the clock. To the middle. In the hoop for his 3rd make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
On the wing, Monk. Back to MP. On the wing, Monk. DeRozan finds MP. No good. Excellent D there from Williams. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Thomas outside. That's good. A tough shooting night. He's 2 for 8 and looking for more.
Just 1 for 5 this quarter. You know he wants to help his team, but not sure if shooting is the way to do it.
DeRozan gets the bucket.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense. And they're committing an awful lot of fouls here, and not of the good variety. You don't want to give up easy layups, sure, but it's been a non-stop parade to the foul line.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Wilson, he's checked in for Zaire Williams. Nets trail by 9. Pass to Demon. The 3 from Thomas. It's hauled in by the Kings. Terrell's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Boy, this guy has completely lost his focus. Nothing working.
And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for the Nets. They set the pick, and they call an illegal screen here.
Second personal foul.
And here is our 2K leaderboard. These teams have been on fire over the course of the past 10 games. Number 1, the Kings.
Boy, they've been hot. You love to see this kind of offensive execution.
Now, here's MP. 23 points in the game. The rebound by the Nets.
Nothing more important than contesting layups and dunks. A great job defensively.
Pass to Timmy. Over MP. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Sacramento leading by 9. Releases from 15. That's good for George on the assist by MP. MP's got his 6th assist on the night. Here's Demon. Covered by MP. Sacramento's gone 2 of 4 from 3-point range so far in the second quarter. Here's Schroeder. Sabonis. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Sabonis has got the lead up to 13 now for the Kings. Pass to Thomas. Here's Timmy. Here's Demon. A 3-pointer, no good.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy. What heart by MP, going through contact there and converting.
The Kings have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line. And some changes here for the Kings. Keegan Murray's checked in for George, and it's DeRozan in for Dennis Schroeder. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Williams is checked in. Now, here's Thomas. 23 points his last outing. Out left to the wing. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Pass to Williams. Trying to end the drought. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. Malik Monk is a key player for the Kings. He said, coming to the organization, I felt like I could bring an energy that Sac had been waiting for. And it's a comfortable fit. Coming here slows everything down. I can just focus on my craft in hand, and it's been working for me. Guys, back to you.
He's played great for him. All right, Allie, thank you for the report. And so, Jordi Fernandez decides to call timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy.
A moment here to check out some of the stats for DeRozan. He's around 10 points per game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And what an impact he makes for them on that offensive end.
Right, he can do a little bit of everything for this team, and it shows when you look at the scoreboard.
Now here's Williams, and he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Count that one.
Cam Thomas is not the guy you want to open a lane to the rim because he will seize on that opportunity.
And the Kings check on 2 more.
Well, it hasn't mattered what the defense has tried. He has had every counter. What a great night.
51 seconds left here in the second. Outside Williams. They set the screen. Pass to Demon. A three-pointer off the mark.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And the foul called on MP. That is his first foul of the game. We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the half. Pass to Demon. Fires the three.
Well, that's a good stand right there. MP stays attached and disrupts the shooter. I'll give him a ton of credit here. He is trying to make plays, but nothing right now helping his team.
Thomas deciding where to go with it. And he lays it straight in. Thomas got 7 points for the quarter.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. It's Sacramento up by 16. And we've got more action coming your way after this break.
Hello, everybody. We're here to break it all down, and through the first half of play, it's a very commanding lead for the Sacramento Kings.
They're just a far more physical team, and it shows up everywhere, particularly on the glass.
Yeah, they're winning the battle of possessions along with pretty much every other battle. And now, as the regular season marches on, here's how things look in the West as we near the final stretch.
Checking out the Kings. They're playing up to expectations. Maybe they like to be doing more than that, but I think they're ready to make some noise in the playoffs. That's when you turn up.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half, got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
And here's MP. He'll bring it up for Sacramento. Starting off the second half, here's Jordy Fernandez, his foul. Guard spots filled by Demon and Thomas. And it's Wilson in at the small forward position. Inside. Nice pass. Right under the rack perfectly for the layup. Wilson's got the first points of the second half here for the Nets. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
It'll be a jump ball.
MP finds DeRozan. Back to MP. And it's good, 2 points. MP's got 32 points.
And being able to spot up for that jump shot is really a skill MP has improved.
Pass to Clowney. Sinks the three-pointer.
You know, one thing that has stood out tonight is his scoring. You know, he's kept attacking even when they've been trailing.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. And it's Murray with the jam.
That's just MP reading the defense, going through his progression, and making the right play.
Here's Demon. 12 points for him. Outside Wilson, the three. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Oh, he's hot coming out of the break. 3 up, 3 down.
Here's Thomas. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
great play calling, great execution leads to 4 for 4 to start this half.
Monk kicks to MP. The Monk. From about 16, tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Well, this guy typically a nice touch from mid-range, but obviously can't make them all.
Clowney to Demon. Outside Wilson. And here is Thomas. 5 to shoot. Down low. Here's Timmy. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
I think the communication on offense is working at every level right now. What a run for this group.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Here's Demon. 12 points for him. To the inside. The shot by Wilson, no good. Kings leading now by 8. MP dishes to DeRozan. Pass against MP. A shot by Sabonis, nobody around. Good, and the assist goes to MP. Terrell's got his 8th assist here tonight. Pass to Timmy. To the paint. Here's Demon, and he jams it with authority.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt here.
Well, sometimes it's about taking it into your own hands. That kind of individual play could spark his group.
Defensive foul. Cameron Thomas.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Shooting 1.
Free throw good. Sabonis.
And with multiple rebounding titles, Domantas Sabonis is a guy you expect to put a double-double up most nights. That is so valuable for this team.
Pass to Clowney. Here's Demon. And the 3 off target. Sacramento leading by 12. Here's DeRozan. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 14 points for DeMar DeRozan.
Whatever it takes to get to his offensive game, that time DeMar doing work in the painted area.
Here's Demon. 14 points for him. Here's Timmy. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Wow, that is a strong move there to go in for the dunk.
The Nets shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
Now here's DeRozan. 14 points for him. Outside Thomas. Pass to Clowney. Shot from free throw range. Count that one, and the Sacramento lead has been cut to just 11 points in the basket from Thomas.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
DeRozan finds MP. Now here's Sabonis. And a wide open look for MP. Good, and it's Sabonis with the assist that time. Terrell's got 5 points now this quarter. Pass to Timmy. To the middle. Sacramento grabs the miss. Sabonis has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Here's MP. Brooklyn with the rebound. Clowney's got his 6th rebound on the night. Outside Thomas. Pass to Timmy. Pocket 2. And it's Demon missing.
Boy, this is the story of the night for this guy. He's taken a lot of questionable shots.
Yep, it counts.
And you look at this scoring outburst by MP. What's incredible is he still has room to grow.
Now here's Thomas. 13 points in the game. Right side Wilson. Here's Demon. Drains the three-pointer. Demon's got 17.
Puts one in the eye of the defense. First triple of the evening.
Terrell. MP glides in for two.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Pass to Clowney. Here's Demon. Lets it fly. It's hauled in by MP.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Rob. Down low. And he bangs it home with one hand.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group. Boy, he couldn't have asked for a better look. That's tough to take.
It's Thomas on the wing. Monk defending. Outside Thomas. Shot clock at 6. Over Monk. Thomas, no good. Kings leading now by 13. You know, Doris, whenever Cam Thomas gets the ball, you expect him to shoot it.
You do, Kevin. There's certain guys in the league that always have the green light, and Cam Thomas, one of those guys. This guy legitimately, on a nightly basis, can put up huge scoring numbers.
Terrell, MP with the easy bucket inside.
It's just hard to believe that someone can perform at such a high level. They've got to thank him for this move.
And so, Jordi Fernandez decides to call timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Sacramento making a switch here. George is checked in. Zaire Williams, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Wilson against George. To the right side. Back to Williams. DeRozan brings the double team. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From the arc. Williams' shot is off.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Nets trail by 15. Outside Wilson. Williams a screen on Sabonis. Inside. And Williams with the stuff.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Here's Demon, covered by MP. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Over to the left wing. And not sure what he was thinking there. Sacramento leading by 13. Back to Murray. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
A load to deal with inside. The strength of Murray makes him a tough cover.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Sacramento. And so Murray nails both of them. And here is Johnson. He's got 5. Beyond the arc. Drills it from outside. Johnson's got 8 points.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Nets trail by 14. Outside Wilson. Pass to Johnson. And the shot goes down. 10 points for Keon Johnson. MP passes to DeRozan. Jacks up a 3. Rebound by Murray.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Schroeder passes to Terrell. Left side, George. Count it. 7 points in the game.
Well, this is why you run your offense through MP. That's just a nice setup for his teammate.
High post, Johnson. MP's there. Count that one, and the Kings' lead has been cut back down to 12 as they get that one from Johnson.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
That one falls.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Man with it. He's guarded by Schroeder. And George gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Sacramento making some changes. Checked in for the Kings. MP comes in for Ellis. And a new group in for the Nets. To the inside. Demon, that's good. Demon's got 19 points.
And I tell you what, they're doing their best to cut down the lead with some smart offense here in the second half. Shot selection much improved since the break.
They've got Dennis Schroeder, DeRozan out there with Keegan Murray. Then it's George, and it's Terrell in at the point. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Nets trail by 10. Now Thomas. To the middle. Here's Demon, and the lead is down inside single digits. He's got 21.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now, here's MP. Murray, no good. It's the Demon. Here's Clowney. Now, here's Wilson, defended by George. Clock at 6. The Nets need to get a shot off here. And it's Demon missing.
I mean, apparently he still has the green light to shoot threes, but he is in an absolute funk right now.
DeRozan's shot is off.
This guy hit a couple of threes in the first half, but since then it's been a little bit of a struggle.
Pass to Clowney. And here is Thomas. Inside. Kicks it out to Wilson. Misses the 3. Kings leading now by 8. Here's Terrell. Schroeder outside. DeRozan passes to MP. Second shot opportunity. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assist. DeRozan's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Here's Demon, covered by MP. Outside Thomas. That's to Demon. Tries a 3. That one's not going to go. Sacramento's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. DeRozan's shot is off. Nets trail by 10. Here's Demon. Here's Timmy. DeRozan defending. Pass to Demon. To the paint. Here's Clowney. Sinks it after the cagey pump fake.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And it's Murray, that time on the assist by MP. 12 points for Keegan Murray.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Outside Wilson for the 3. Rebound by Murray. Murray's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Schroeder, lays it up off the glass. And the Kings lead by 12.
This is Schroeder at his best, putting that blinding speed to great advantage.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. Bounce pass, Thomas. Here's Demon, covered by MP. Just 5 to shoot. Thomas fires. The long shot, no good.
Well, he went into the locker room with 1 3 to his credit, and he's still looking here for number 2.
MP nails the triple.
Boy, after making 1 3 in the first half, he's knocked down 2 in the second, creating easier opportunities for your guys to score. That is good offense.
And we got a timeout called by Doug Christie. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle him up right away. Sacramento making some changes. Sabonis, he's checked in for Paul George. And Monks subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Here's MP. Now Murray. MP right side. And again.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Here's Demon. That is a big-time jam.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
MP looking around. DeRozan shoots the 3. It's off target. 1:30 left in the fourth quarter. Launches it. Murray rips down the board. Kings leading now by 13. Now MP. And another one.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Kings.
Free throws were a big factor in this one.
You know, it's always great to get a lot of shots at the line, but the key, they were able to convert tonight. You start making free throws, and it can get you the win.
And on the year now, tonight's impending victory will push their win total to 47.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for MP.
Boy, you felt his impact all over the game tonight. A triple-double, outstanding.
And so here's Sacramento. After the basket by Brooklyn. 19 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Thomas goes in. Oh, the layup finish off an excellent lead pass.
Well, that's something his coaches would like to see more of from Cam Thomas, making plays for others.
So it's the Kings winning this one easily. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and the rest of our terrific 2K crew, this is Kevin Harlan. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast. So long.